Flag is raised. And they're off. Beginning the run towards the turn into the straight where they'll face up to the first flight. On the inside is Love Rory and Adrian Heskin with alongside Balleycasey, Ruby Walsh, tracked by Bon Island, Davy Russell. Then towards the inside is Melborough, Rob Jones just ahead of the back marker Kilcray and Paddy Mangan as they come now to jump the first. Making their way downhill towards number 2, which will bring them up to pass in front of the stands. Balleycasey on the near side. The far side is Love Rory, tracked by Bon Island, Kilcray and Milborough towards the inside. Down the hill they come now towards the second flight, and little to choose between Balleycasey, the grey on the near side of Love Rory, being tracked by Bon Island, Kilcray and Milborough. 5 runners come to jump number 2. Up in front of the stands they come. Balleycasey on the near side of Love Rory, followed by Bon Island, Kilcray and Milborough. The quintet now race into the bend to swing into the back straight. Good run to the third flight. And Love Rory on the inside of Balleycasey, tracked by Bon Island, Kilcray and Milborough, the back marker of the 5. Swinging into the back straight. Good run on to flight number 3. And Love Rory on the inside of Balleycasey, tracked by Bon Island, Kilcray and Milborough. Racing into the back straight, setting their sights on flight number 3. Love Rory alongside Balleycasey, tracked by Bon Island, Kilcray and Milborough, just the back mark of the 5, who are covered by just about 3 lengths as they approach this flight up the far side. On the inside, Love Rory, on the outside, Balleycasey, being followed by Bon Island, Kilcray and Milborough. Now continuing the climb up to flight number 4 at the top of the hill. Love Rory, Balleycasey, Bon Island on the outside of Kilcray and Milborough as the 5 runners make their way to flight number 4. Little change in the order. Love Rory on the inside of Balleycasey, followed by Kilcray and Bon Island, and Milborough, the back marker of the 5. Turning now to make their way across the top of the track, heading across to flight number 5, and Balleycasey on the outside with Love Rory, tracked 2.5 lengths back by Bon Island and Kilcray, and just behind them is Milborough. 5 runners heading across now to the flight before they'll pass the starting point and swing into the straight. And Balleycasey on the outside of Love Rory, followed by Bon Island on the outside of Kilcray, just behind them Milborough. So rising to this flight, Balleycasey and Love Rory, followed by Bon Island, who's in 3rd place, just a neck in front of Kilcray 4, and a length and a half to the back marker of the 5, Milborough. Field covered by less than 5 lengths now as they swing into the straight, past the starting point, and face the first of the 2 that will bring them up towards the stands. Balleycasey, the grey, on the near side with Love Rory, in the air together, followed by Bon Island a couple of lengths back in 3rd, Kilcray 4 and Milborough 5. Down the hill they come now to the flight. That'll be the last one next time in the I&H Stallion Owners European Breeders' Fund Novice Hurdle, over 2 3/4 miles. Balleycasey on the near side in company with Love Rory, Bon Island and Kilcray, tracked by Milborough. Flight that'll be the last next time. Love Rory, Balleycasey, Bon Island and Kilcray. Couple of lengths to the back mark of the 5, Milborough. Into the bend away from the stands, and Love Rory goes on a length in front of Balleycasey. Bon Island's on the outside of Kilcray, with Milborough the back marker of the 5. Swinging away from the stands and shortly now to make the turn into the back straight. And a mile left ahead of them. Good run now to the first of the flights on the far side. And in front, Love Rory, Balleycasey 2nd, Kilcray on the inside in company with Bon Island, and Milborough still just the back marker of the quintet that's covered by under 4 lengths. Love Rory, Adrian Heskin leads Balleycasey. On the inside is Kilcray with Bon Island on the outer, and just behind them Milborough. Over this one, Love Rory from Balleycasey. Bon Island on the outside of Kilcray, and Milborough just in behind them. The 5 runners tightly grouped now as they continue the climb up towards the top of the hill. Love Rory and Balleycasey, followed by Kilcray, Bon Island and Milborough. 5 runners right in contention now as they reach the flight right up at the top of the hill. Love Rory and Balleycasey, being followed by Bon Island and Kilcray. Now they turn to make their way across the top of the track and begin the run to 3 from home. Love Rory and Balleycasey, followed by Bon Island and Kilcray just in behind, and then Milborough just a further length and a half back. 3 left to jump. Love Rory, Balleycasey, Kilcray on the inside of Bon Island and Milborough. The back mark of the 5 as they head now with 3 left to jump. Love Rory from Balleycasey, Kilcray and Bon Island just in behind. Milborough's next as they race now for the home straight. Love Rory, Balleycasey, Bon Island within 3 parts of a length on the outside. Kilcray now being ridden along in 4th to keep in touch, and Milborough is just behind them. They're rounding the home turn now, and Balleycasey in the centre of Love Rory, and on the outside Bon Island as they straighten up with 2 left to jump. Balleycasey, Love Rory on the far side, Bon Island making ground the stand side. They're beginning the descent now down towards the final flight, and it's Balleycasey and Ruby Walsh in the lead. Bon Island now under pressure. Milborough is making ground in 3rd, but with 1 flight left to jump. It's Balleycasey in the lead as they come towards the final flight, and Balleycasey and Ruby Walsh at the last. Balleycasey over from Bon Island and Milborough, but Balleycasey and Ruby Walsh going to score by 2.5 to 3 lengths. Milborough will take 2nd, Bon Island 3rd, clear of Love Rory and Kilcray.